Good morning, I'm Barbara Kay, here with Susan Pertnoy. Welcome to Mosaic, Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County's weekly news magazine show. Mosaic explores Jewish topics here in the Palm Beaches and around the world.
Israel may be on the other side of the world, but today we'll explore how local community members are experiencing the Jewish state right here in the Palm Beaches through technology, the arts, and even Israeli emissaries living right here in our area.
This morning on Mosaic, we'll speak with two Israeli emissaries who are bringing Israeli culture, life, and history to North America.
We'll investigate the groundbreaking school twinning program, which is quite literally connecting children in the Palm Beaches with their peers in Israel.
And then we'll sit down with our local Israeli emissary, Bar Sedanis, who will tell us about an exciting new event series that's bringing Israel to the Palm Beaches like never before.
We'll be right back with Mosaic after this brief message.
What if you could change the world? You can. We can do it together. Federation and you. Changing the world together.
Welcome. I'm so happy to have both of you here. Share your name with us.
Yara.
Yara.
Yara,
And yours?
yeah.
And Shlomi.
Shlomi.
Yes, and
And-
we're both we have the last name Edelstein.
Edelstein. And actually you are at a very special job here. Tell them what your job is.
So we are currently working as a shlichim at the Tenenbaum Chat High School in Toronto.
In Toronto. So you're, actually I know, but I wanted to make sure that everybody else watching knew. You're in the United States 3 years. 2 years you've been in Toronto.
Yeah.
And this is really one of your first trips to Florida, am I correct?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. And you're here for a very specific purpose. Shlichim are emissaries. Israel sends you here for a very specific purpose. First, explain for our viewers what a shlichim is.
So the Jewish Agency is every year sending young Israelis all over North America and around the world, shlichim for Jewish communities, in order to bring Israel's spirit and culture to the Jewish communities around the world.
You're in Toronto, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
So they have them all over the United States.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me what you do to kind of embrace the American Jewish and the Canadian Jewish people to the fact that Israel is a terrific place.
So we're specifically working at the community Jewish high school in Toronto. And we are often thinking with ourselves and with our students, what are the current events and current interesting things that are happening in Israel. We understand that if we will bring the modern Israel to our states and not the ancient historical state, this is what will connect them. So we're speaking about events, we're speaking about the latest startups, we're speaking about parties and cultural events that are happening in Israel.
So what you're trying to do is create an environment that they'll be comfortable with.
80% of our students already visited in Israel. So we're not trying to sell them the beautiful Israel. So we're trying to bring Israel's spirit to school. We're trying to make a deeper conversation with them about the modern Israel. So what's happened in Israel related to them as the teenagers who lives in Canada, who are Jewish.
Right.
So why they should feel care or connect to Israel. And that's what Shlomi and I are trying to do every day when we're entering to school. Every day we're thinking how we can bring Israel and have a deeper conversation and make our student engage. And it's not just that we are bringing Israel to our student. Our student, teach about us lots of stuff about Israel.
Really?
Like for example, 2 weeks ago, we had a winter break in Toronto. So many students fly to Florida and lots of like Hawaii and Caribbean, and some of them flew to Israel to meet their relatives. And before they fly to Israel, they asked Shlomi and I about the best restaurant in Jerusalem. And sometimes we telling them cool tips like in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, and sometimes they teaching us where we should visit when we are coming back after our shlichut.
No, but it's enough to really create, how should I say it, a common collective environment so that you feel comfortable no matter where you go.
Mm-hmm.
But is there a difference in terms of their intellectual thinking regarding how the Jews of America or Toronto and the Jews of Israel think at that age? I mean, did they have come to different conclusions, or is it different?
I think what we found different, that we found that the Jews of North America, and especially the youth that we're working with, they are aware that they do have a Jewish identity. And they are thinking about it really often. When in Israel, maybe because everything is Jewish around you, you're not putting that much effort in thinking, wait, what I'm doing now, is it part of my Jewish identity? Is it part of my Canadian identity? In Israel, it's like our breaks are matching the Jewish holidays. Here, it's a bit different. So we found that the students here intellectually very, very in a high level of understanding why to develop their Jewish identity. It's not something that we have seen in Israel.
Yeah, but what do you do actually to kind of promote that? I mean, what kind of activities do you plan?
So we are in charge in the school. We are basically in charge on all the extracurriculum, informal type of education about Israel. Mm-hmm. So it can be spirit days. Yara did a few weeks ago a great Tel Aviv beach party at the school.
You did?
Yeah.
How did you know how to do that? Well, you studied that, obviously.
Yeah.
And it went over well.
Yeah, it was a huge success. We gave, mocktail, like a fake cocktail, and we built like a kind of like a beach inside school. It was a huge thing because in Toronto it's winter, and suddenly we're bringing the warm spirit of Israel inside school. It was a huge success.
Yeah.
So that's one type. Other type, we are thinking how we can bring Israel into the curriculum. For example, if there is an ethic class, I came to that teacher and I asked him, can I sit with you on your syllabus, and maybe after you're teaching the philosophers who speak about ethics, maybe we can give an ethical example from Israel, but it's not going to be something that it's totally not related. It's going to be, let's speak about Israel through the eyes of those philosophers, the ethical philosopher that you taught. So we spoke about checkpoints in Israel, and then I asked the students, after I explain what a checkpoint is, what's the history of a checkpoint, and all the difficulties that might appear in a checkpoint, then I ask them not only what you think about it, but what this philosopher would say ethical-wise about this specifically scenario, about this checkpoint. So we brought Israel like from behind, but into the classroom. And this is something we are thinking about every day, how we can bring Israel. So we're bringing different speakers.
Yeah. Another example is some of the students are coming from public school. For example, when they're coming from grade 9, it's the first time they're coming to a Jewish high school. It's the first time that they're getting a Jewish education. So thanks to a relationship that I built with the teacher, I asked her, listen, are you teaching the student about the holidays, like high holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur? And she told me, yeah. And I asked her, can I come for 10 minutes to your class and explain how Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah is special in Israel, how we Israelis celebrate it? So she invited me, and it was a huge success. So she invited me again to Sukkot and Hanukkah, and soon it will be Passover. So for us, it's like a great opportunity to have conversation one-on-one with our students that not often we have, during lunch and big events that we're leading at school.
That's fun. Well, how did you prepare for all this? Did the government prepare you? How did you get prepared to become such emissaries? No, you really are. I mean, that's literally what you are.
So Shlomi and I have a long history in the informal Jewish education. We met in Camp Ramah in the United States 5 years ago. So I think that our Jewish journey started there. My mom is a mega volunteer in our partnership. I'm originally from the north, so our partnership is with Detroit in Michigan State, and I'm living in Israel Valley. So as a young girl, remember that my mom invited weird people with weird language to our home for dinner, and she hosts them. And for me, it was the beginning of the Jewish diaspora. What is to be Jewish diaspora? And I think that after Shlomi and I met in Camp Ramah, we fell in love with the idea of Jewish identity, and we said that we need to continue our journey and learn more because we have lots to learn. You know, it's a beneficial relationship.
It is, because the identification of the Jews here with Israel is critical.
Yeah.
And by your bringing these programs in, it does nothing but showcases the remarkable connection. I want to thank you. You both are terrific. You really are. And
you
you went
so
and you produced a beautiful baby.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy
Barbara.
everything.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Coming up, we'll investigate a groundbreaking program that is literally connecting children in the Palm Beaches with their peers in Israel.
From empowering Jewish college students to stand up to anti-Israel activity on campus, to enabling seniors and Holocaust survivors to age with dignity, transforming, inspiring, saving, Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County is doing all of this here and around the world.
School Twinning is a groundbreaking program in our Jewish community. Led by Federation's partners at schools and synagogues throughout the Palm Beaches, School Twinning quite literally connects children here at home with their peers in Israel. We took a trip to Temple Sharei Shalom in Boynton Beach to speak with some of the people who are bringing immersive Israel experiences right here into our local classrooms.
My name is Pnina Cohen. I teach 5th grade Israel and holidays, an elective the high school cooking class, cooking masoret, food, Jewish food and Israeli food. This is, I think, my 8 years in Temple Sharei Shalom. My background is I was born in Israel. My parents come from Poland. They are survivors of the Holocaust. And I came to Florida from New York. I was 5 years in New York. And I said to my husband, let's go to the United States for the kids learn English for 2-3 years, and then we're going to come back to Israel. It didn't work out. We are still here. School twinning is that we are trying to do the same thing here in my class with the class that we chose in Israel. This time, the last 4 years, we are with the same teacher in school Chatzor HaGlilit, Choni HaMe'agel. It's a religious school of girls' school. Their class has 8 girls, different ages. We have Skype, we have the letters, and we have all kinds of projects that we're doing together and we're sending to each other. And I was hoping to make it like the end of the year, if we're making Skype, like a family, adopting a family from Chatzor HaGlilit, not just the students. It's becoming like a family. They feel more connected, a little bit like a little Israeli, a little bit. This is what I'm happy. This is my mission, to have Israel in their blood. The connection is more like Israel become more closer. It's not like so far away over the sea. It's become more attachable. They can talk to them. They send pictures. This wall is designated to the partnership with the class, twin class in Israel. They send us Israel Love Florida and a picture how the class is decorated in Florida, in Israel. This is everybody's introductory letter from the students in Israel. When I get this, of course, I'm going one by one, explain everything in English to the students. And then I said to the students, you have to pick one of the girls to be a pen pal. When we do Skype, the children are asking questions. Of course, they don't know Hebrew and they don't know English, so we have a translator. But each child is coming to the center of the picture and ask a question about what they want to do. So last time we did Rosh Hashanah cards, we send them. We did cards from Hanukkah, we send them. I did a puzzle because there are special kids there. We make a picture of the class and of the shul, and we made it of a puzzle, 200 pieces puzzle. I took it to Israel, and she are working in groups. And when one group is working, the other group is making the puzzle and recognize the children from the picture on the puzzle. They feel like they have more than a friend, like a family there. So now they're waiting for the Skype. What can we ask? Whatever we want. Can we show them something? I said, yes, you can do whatever you want. They're proud to be Jewish. they're proud to be Jewish. They said, you know, I know some people in Israel. Do you know some people in Israel? The children are coming and talking to me about going in public school and day school and talking to the children there. And they said, you know, I have a pen pal from Israel, and they're very proud of it. I find out with the teacher that even though we live with two corners of the world, there's so similar things, and what I love them to have, this is my mission in life. The children love Israel, and I'm teaching them. They're going to be a guide for the family when they're going to Israel. They're going to show them the things that they love and they learn here. They want to see it in Israel. And when my children are approaching 8th grade, they want to go to Israel. I want them to go to Israel to feel like this is their motherland. You know, this is their country for all the Jewish people around the world.
Coming up, we'll hear about an exciting new event series that's bringing Israel to the Palm Beaches like never before.
From empowering Jewish college students to stand up to anti-Israel activity on campus, to enabling seniors and Holocaust survivors to age with dignity, transforming, inspiring, saving, Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County is doing all of this here and around the world.
Welcome, Bar Sanamas, our Jewish Federation's Shlicha. Tell me about your background.
So first of all, I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much for giving me and my friend Shlomi and Yara to explain about our program, what we're doing in our daily life here in America. So my name is Bar, and I'm 26 years old. I live in a small city next to Tel Aviv. It's in the center east of Israel. And all of my life I went to the Israeli Scouts. I was in youth movements all the time, volunteering. Then I started my army service as instructor for infantry units. I was also an officer doing the same thing, but as an officer. And then like a good Israeli, the average Israeli, went to travel all over for a few months. And then I started school. I'm holding a degree from the IDC.
What is that?
It's the Interdisciplinary Center. It's in Herzliya. The degree is in Government Diplomacy and Strategy.
Oh.
Strategy. It's the hardest word to express. And that's it. And then 2 weeks later, I decided that after a long screening process with the Jewish agency, I decided that I want to become a shlicha in Palm Beach.
It's a very important role. So what's your mission here as Shlicha?
So the Shlichut program, basically to be a shlicha is to bring your Israel. It's a very personal experience because you bring your own Israel to Jewish communities all over. My personal experience is to bring Israel into Palm Beach County, the Jewish community here. And I'm trying my best to bring my own interest, my perspective, like how I see Israel, my life, my history.
So give us some examples of how you promote Israel culture here.
So basically the daily life here is to bring Israel to all of the agencies in the community. And thank God we have a lot. So it's to work with the different agencies, with Meyer Academy, our Jewish Day School, and on a monthly basis I'm doing activities with the kids, especially with the middle school, to teach them about Israel and to do different activities that relates to the current Israel, and they're very excited about it, with congregations, different congregations and synagogues, and it's synagogues, so all the time we're doing activities with their members, with their Hebrew schools, with different holidays, in different occasions in Israel culture, in Israel life, and that's it.
You've been here for about a year now. Tell us about your experience in terms of differences and similarities between our community, our Jewish community, and your Israeli counterparts.
So similarities, I would say that, I will be very honest, and I would say that before I arrived here, before I got to Palm Beach, I had some experience with Jewish communities outside of Israel, tiny. Like I went to Birthright as Israeli soldier. I went to a summer camp in Detroit, Michigan for a month. So all those small experiences makes you realize a bit, like a drop of the whole amazing thing called Jewish community. And I thought I will arrive here and people will know what is Israel and maybe where it's located, but not a lot about like the current Israel and what is going on. And I was very surprised to see that this community is very supportive and very much aware to what's happening in Israel. They do care about Israel. And for me, I feel such a unique opportunity to be part of, like they see me as the Israeli. So, and like the one that comes from Israel, and how much can I take from her information?
So they're very
experience.
hungry for the knowledge.
Right. So that's how I see that I think that it's kind of different because the people of the Israelis, it's obvious. I mean, you grew up in Israel, you love Israel a lot, which this is a similar thing because both of the Israelis and the Jewish community here love Israel all the time and support Israel very much. But the difference is that me as Israeli, I didn't know that it's so unique, like, you know, like to come here and to see people excited about the fact that you are coming from Israel.
Must be such a wonderful feeling.
It is. And it makes you feel very fortunate of the fact
and proud, I would imagine.
Yeah, of course, I am all the time.
So it's very easy for you to promote Israel because you just have such a wonderful feeling.
Yes.
The Federation is putting together a very big festival called Israel Days Art and Culture, and I know you're a very big part of this. Can you describe what it is?
Yes. So, as I said, the Jewish community here support Israel in so many ways, and I feel that the Federation is like the umbrella of like cover like everything, and I'm very honored to be part of this, to plan also the Israel Days Festival of Arts and Culture. We felt that we really want to bring the community a sense and other aspect of celebrating Israel in a different ways. So Israel Days, every year we are celebrating the Israeli Independence Day and also commemorate with the Holocaust Remembrance Day and Yom HaZikaron, which is the Israeli Memorial Day. And we decided maybe to bring another aspect for Israel this year through art and culture.
Which is very unique.
It is very unique because, first of all, I think that culture is something that it's always nice to hear about other culture and to learn about other culture, which is not yours, but you feel very connected to. But also to learn about a culture and to see it, it's kind of a bridge. It's connecting between people. And you can learn a lot about culture and about arts, about another culture through arts. You can see painting, you can see something that's very modern and ancient, and together to describe a country and to describe how the people over there feels. I brought an example, which I want to show. We're not showing this artist in the festival, but this is something that I think shows a lot about the festival, because Israel is a country that it's ancient and modern, and the mix of it shows you like so many diverse in the society and the country itself. So this is, I guess you all can see that this is David Ben-Gurion, the creator, the founder of Israel, and an artist named Amit Shimoni just created David Ben-Gurion, just painted him in a very cool way and like
very
hipster way. Yeah, like in the colors are, so it brings like something that's very old and ancient to something that makes it feel like more alive in a very modern way.
More relevant today for the young people too, to see.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we want to bring here. We want to show that Israel has so much to offer these days. Although it's a country with such a deep history, but still we want to bring something cool and modern, and maybe not also to celebrate the fact that to celebrate that we have Jewish state and the value of it, but also to see that we have so many layers to Israel.
There's such depth.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
That really is very exciting. So what are some of the ways that you're doing this?
So we're going to bring films and books and exhibits and art showcases, and we're going to do all mixed of arts and culture that shows Israel. So we're going to show films that relates to the establishment of Israel and the current Israel. Also films about the Holocaust Day in Israel and about the Memorial Day and about the IDF and how it's like to be a soldier in Israel and more and more. Also, we're going to bring authors and books that relates to all the things I just said, to the event I just said. Another program that it's very important for me to speak about because I feel that I like shipped it from Israel. It's Zikaron Basalon. Zikaron Basalon, it's in English, it's a memory in the living room. And we're going to bring survivors, Holocaust survivors, into homes in our service area in Palm Beach County, and for them to speak their story.
Oh, that's very powerful.
Yes, and it's create a very intimate, some kind of a personal experience and connection with the Holocaust survivor. To hear his story in a living room, in someone's house, and just to sit and feel connected. And I think that it can be very engaged, also the younger generation.
Yes.
And other populations. So that's just an example for a program we're doing for Holocaust Remembrance Day. We're going to celebrate a lot, of course. We're going to bring and photo exhibit that's created by the Israeli government here. It will take place in Palm Beach Outlets, and we chose Palm Beach Outlets because we want to do it in a public space, so everyone will see.
Very popular venue, yes. That's
right. So we're going to speak about, the exhibit shows how Israel, with its innovation, changed the world. So we're going to show how Israel, how much Israel is doing. And if I can be honest, usually when you open each media channel, most of the times you will see Israel as something pretty negative.
Right.
Violence happens over there, and this is not Israel. I mean, this is not the entire picture that I wanted people to see. And I'm sure that Israel is one that other people will see.
This is going to be very exciting.
It is. I am.
And
excited.
We appreciate everything you do. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Coming up, final thoughts on Mosaic. I thought the program was wonderful, and the fact that they're bringing Israeli art and music here to our community is so exciting.
And I'm looking forward to Israel Days, the celebration sponsored by our Federation.
I like it too.
Thank you for joining us. Join us again next week when we take another look into our Jewish world. Goodbye from Mosaic.